In our last class, we create one S3 bucket. So this is the name of the resource inside of Terraform. Terraform understand AWS S3 bucket, that is actually AWS S3 bucket. And this is one local name, that is inside of this Terraform it is going to use, this is a local name on tag type, but inside of Terraform only. And this is your bucket name, right? So today our target is, I'm going to create one bucket. After creation of the bucket, now I want to modify tag this portion. I want to add tag name equal to my-s3, type equal to dev. Again, I want to modify versioning should be enabled, because when I create S3, versioning by default disable. Again, this portion I am going to add. So versioning is going to enable. So this is the code. Code everything is available in website, that is Terraform site. Okay, HCL Hashi Corporation site. I'm going to show you how to search it. So let's modify this S3 first. So before that, six zero seven 807. So in IAM, I already create one user, and that user credential, user Sai. Yesterday I created. And this is access key and secret access key. Fine. So now let's move to S3. Right now there was no S3. So let's create. This is on T1 TF. See, security key, access key, everything is changed. So I just rm minus f T1. vi T1.tf. So this code is going to create one S3. This is the S3 name. Let's see. I'm going to start once more in it. It's okay. Init is over, then Terraform. It is going to show 1 to add, 0 to change, and 0 to destroy. Now I am using Terraform apply, but once I use Terraform apply, it is going to ask yes one options, approve purpose. I use automatically here -- auto approve, so it is not going to ask anymore any question. Let's see. So it will show bucket is creating and one added. So this is my S3. Just refresh. Check it. MNS3 SN14. In our code, cat, my bucket name is MNS3 SN14. Now what is my target? In this, if I check the properties, bucket versioning disable. Tag, there was no tag. Okay. So what is my target? Now I am going to add this tag portion. This portion I want to modify. So copy vi within this, because this is starting bracket and this is ending bracket. In between, here I have to use this tag options. So I'm going to add one tag. So when Terraform is going to execute this one, it is going to check already S3 is there. It is not going to recreate. This portion is going to execute. And this time check it what happened. When I use Terraform plan, it is going to show 0 to add it. It is not going to add anything, but 1 to change. That means something is going to modify. Okay, and no destroy. So again I am going to apply and it will show that one change is over. So let's back to here. This is tag. Just refresh. Under tag, check it. Name MyS3 type dev. Okay, name MyS3 type dev. Two tag is added, but still versioning is disabled. I want to enable it. So how it is possible? This portion I have to add. Okay, after completion of this, I will show you how to collect this type of code. So here it is resource. I am going to add one more resource, that is AWS S3 bucket versioning, and local name something different, versioning this bucket name, or you can use any name, it is anything. And my we have to mention here AWS S3 bucket dot my bucket name dot ID. Okay, so in our case our bucket name is different, MNS3 SN14. Okay, MNS3 SN14. It is going to collect which bucket, in which bucket it is going to change the status of versioning is disabled to enable, ID through this bucket. If I am going to check this bucket, so bucket is going to use one ID. There was nothing. Properties. This is ARN. Versioning disable. ID should be there where it is. Permission. Metric management. Access point. Objects. Where is this ID? Same as EC2 purpose, we use ID. Each and every object they use ID. Okay, I will search and I will then show you. Let's continue it. So this is the options, that is, what is the job? Job is this resource. This is another resource, S3 bucket versioning. Which bucket? This bucket. Because I mentioned already my bucket name, and I mention here AWS S3 bucket. So this dot ID. Automatically it will accept, because say you have 3 S3. Now you want to change only this S3. Suppose I have MNS3, SN14, 15, 16, 3 S3. So I want to change this versioning only for SN14, not 15 and 16. And then status enabled. Okay, so copy it and VIT1 at the end. I pasted this portion. Okay, see, this is one resource. Within this I just modify, but this modification is another resource. So it is completely different block. So if you move to any bracket, it is going to show you the end bracket. See, color matching. That is provider options. Next, this is one more block. Within this is one sub block, tag purpose. Now for this resource, this is the starting bracket and closing bracket. Within this again, one more block. So save it. And again, plan it. Undeclared resource, AWS S3, line 15, resource, versioning this, bucket, ID, managed, not been declared in root module. Okay. So VI T1, it is telling that
Sir, here no init, directly from plan.
uh-huh.
The Terraform init, you are not going to go directly plan.
Init is only one time. It is provider purpose. Some software is going to install. Okay.
Okay.
So init is
Okay.
not required. Even you can apply also directly. Automatically plan is going to
Mm.
execute. But plan first
Okay.
time means if there are any issues, any problem, it is going to show, na? So it will be helpful. Maybe any
Okay.
bracket problem is there. It is showing some bracket issues. MN S3 SN14 ID.
Here bracket and the inverted commas are missing.
Oh, I missed this. I So let's see once more. Plan. No, some issues are there. MNS3 SN14. We create MNS3, na? MNS3 SN14. Resource, this bucket versioning this bucket mn AWS S3 bucket dot this dot id. Manage resource has not been declared. AWS S3 bucket dot mns3sn14 dot id. Okay, don't waste time. I will check it tomorrow again. But now, suppose I want to create one EC2 instance. Okay, so whenever you apply plan, it is going to check how many TF is there. If 1 TF or 5 TF is there, it is going to execute all. Okay, different TF also you can write. So right now I'm just going to use mv t1.tf t1.tf dot old. So this is not going to execute anymore. Vi t2.tf, new file I, and EC2 creation purpose. Again I am going to mention the provider. Okay, so provider portion, this one is okay because I already copy paste this access key and secret key. and my requirement is EC2. So EC2 purpose I am using this resource. Within this what I mentioned, we have to clear it. Check it. Here I mention resource is AWS instance. That is Terraform is known it as a AWS instance. And this is a local name that is inside of Terraform. AMI, I just mentioned the AMI. I copy paste it. AMI means see when you try to create EC2 instance, I will show you command line also. You can check from command line only the AMI. So here it is showing say Amazon. This is AMI ID. Okay, I just copy it and paste it. In future I am going to use dynamically because this type of AMI, see this AMI is available in Mumbai, but maybe this AMI is not available in Singapore. So if you are going to use the same code for Singapore, then it will be face a problem, right? So right now just try to continue using this only. So and machine type, instance type T2 micro, and I use one tag EC2 TF. Okay, so let's see whether EC2 is going to create or not. So initially, if I back to instance, there was no instance. So Terraform so it is going to show one to add, okay, and one to destroy. Why one to destroy? Because that S3 it is not going to maintain now. So when I am requesting to Terraform, you please execute this job. So within this there was no option, so it is going to destroy it. So check, if you check it, AWS S3 bucket will be destroyed. Okay, if I didn't change it, then it is not going to destroy, but I old it, I change it because this is not in configuration. And other than this, it is going to show resource AWS instance, local name, AMI, details of AMI, ARN and others. It is going to show after apply. Password false, that is there was no password. Machine type T2 micro. Name, tag name EC2 TF. Okay, once it is applied, so many information we are going to collect after apply. Fine. So let's see EC2 is going to create or not. So Terraform apply. See, destroy is complete, then creation complete, one added, one destroyed. So back to here in EC2 section, EC2 TF is created. My machine name is EC2 TF because when we check it, get Okay, tag name is EC2TF, so it is going to show EC2TF. Right? If you move to tag also, name EC2TF. And if I back to S3, it is deleted. Fine, it is also deleted. Now in EC2, check it, security group. See, EC2 is created, that is true, but we cannot connect this EC2 because we didn't mention any security group, SSH from my IP. We didn't mention any key because login time it is going to ask the key. EC2 is created, that is true. Now what is our target? We have to create security group. Okay, so by default here 4 security group is there, default, 2 elastic MapReduce and 1 K8s. So let's see how to create one security group. So security group purpose, same provider, and we have to add resource, AWS security group, local name, the name of the security group, web SGTF, and just mention description. We are allowing SSH and HTTP. How to? Here two options. One is ingress, that is incoming, inbound, and another one is egress, that is outbound. Two types of rules we are setting. Outbound basically all protocol to back. So you mention here from port, to port, protocol, CIDR block, that is from any. If you create one EC2 and check the security group, automatically you can understand this egress and ingress. So in ingress, that is inbound, I am mentioning SSH, that is port 22 from anywhere. You can mention your IP also, my IP. And HTTP port 80, that is also from anywhere. Two rule I am going to set. Okay. So this time I am not going to disturb this EC2. It should be there. I am going to add this resource portion. VIT2. So EC2 is not going to disturb. So it is not going to destroy the EC2, and it is not going to recreate also, because it is going to check the plan file, the state file. So this security group is going to create one security group, name is WebSGTF, right? And two options, SSH and HTTP. Let's see. So it will show that one to add, because one security group is going to add, no destroy. And name of this security group is this, and other information is there, that is SSH ingress 22, another one is 80, HTTP, CIDR block, that is from anywhere. Okay, all informations are there. So let's apply it and check it, what happened. So one security group is added. If I refresh it, it is going to show one security group is added, WebSGTF. And if I move to this WebSGTF inbound rule, check it HTTP and SSH from anywhere. And if I back to outbound rule, all traffic from anywhere. Okay, so compare with your key, the code, then you can understand. Okay, just this way compare and try to understand it. But security group is created, EC2 also created, but this security group is not attached to the EC2. So we have to attach this security group in our EC2. Okay. Next, one more options. When I write this one, I just mention one particular protocol purpose, one block, another one more block. Okay, in this way. Now, next, if it is suppose 10 different protocol, 10 different protocol we have to apply in inbound. Then 10 times we have to write it. Okay. Other than this, you can write it using for. See this one. Resource security group, same name, allow SSH, HTTP and MySQL. So three options. These three options you can utilize in this way, dynamic increase for each. If you have little bit idea about any programming, for loop, for each 2280 and 3306, that is the port number of SSH, HTTP and MySQL. And then we just mention this portion. Description not an issue, but from port and to port automatically port dot value. Okay. It is iterator port, this port, this one, this one and this one. 3 times this is going to continue. So this is one options. Dynamically you can mention multiple these options, increase. One more thing, we are going to add output. After creation of this, it is going to show you the ID of the security group, ID of S3, ID of any other. That is also possible. Fine. And we have to create one more key. Once we create one security group and key, then we are going to create one EC2 and we try to attach this S3 and this key to your EC2 instance. Here first I show you how to create one EC2 instance, right? But that is just understanding purpose. But our main target is first security group as well as key. Then we write the code of EC2 instance, and inside of that code we are going to mention that this EC2 is going to use this security group and this key. Then if I try to connect, it is possible because security group already mentioned and key also there. Okay, so key portion how it is I am going to show you tomorrow, but this security group I already show you in different block, per protocol per block, but you please try this one also. Okay, delete everything, again create the security group, delete EC2, security group, everything. If security group is there, no issue, but name you have to change. Again you execute this portion. Okay, up to this, plus you have to add egress. Okay, because it is only ingress. 3 different protocol, 3 different port for ingress, that is inbound, and this block you have to write, that is outbound. So try this one also. Okay, and you can check it, this output also. If you write this one, after completion of this, it is going to show the ID of the security group. say this is instance ID. Same way, security group, say this is one security group ID. Okay, same as S3 ID also there. So let me check it. Tomorrow I will show that portion. So today you please try this EC2 creation, S3 modification, security group creation. Okay, security group in two way. One way is what I am going to show you. Another way is using for each loop, using this loop only. Fine. And you can add this output also. So once it is going to execute, at the end it will show here output, the ID of the security group. You just check your output and actual result. So tomorrow we are going to start key, and we attach this security group and key to EC2, and we connect the EC2. Okay, side by side we try to create VPC or RDS or any other. Now once it is over, next level is we have to hide this access key, secret access key, and whenever I am going to create one EC2, I just copy paste that AMI ID. Okay, AMI. We have to dynamic it. So dynamically it is going to search and it is going to execute it. That portion, our next target. Okay, so please try to complete up to this. And S3, that one portion is going to show some error. Tomorrow we'll check it.